important things is remember that picture. We are going to refresh quickly the flow of the refrigerant in this is a split unit. This is a split unit because here we have the evaporator, and this is the condenser, and yes, the refrigerant start in this point in the output of the condenser, enter into the receiver, you remember in the previous episode, and after that pass through the dryer, through the expansion valve, the capillary pipe, enter into the evaporator. If you need to recover refrigerant, you have a leak. If you have a leak, you remember in cooling system, in gasoline and diesel engines, when you have a coolant leak, what is the next problem? You have high temperature. You remember why? Because when you have a leak of coolant in your car, you have intrusion of air. And when you have intrusion of air in the coolant circuit of your engine, if you have bubbles of air, that bubbles with the temperature expand, and the boiling point go down, and the refrigerant become vapor, and you have millions of problems, explode the hose, explode the radiator, and damage the engine. I can verify introducing dye, the developer. How can I introduce the dye? There are different ways to introduce the dye. With this, you suction the dye, and you introduce the dye in the system. You introduce the dye, and after that, with a flashlight, especially for UV, you can determine where is the leak. Yes, you have different type of dyes. You have different type of dyes depending of the refrigerant. This is for R134A, but there are other ones for R400, and they have the fitting, the adapter. They have the adapter to connect on the system, and right now you introduce the dye. Freon is basically fluorocarbon, chlorine, fluorine, and carbon. Where I found those elements? In aerosols. This is the most common. In aerosols, you have a lot of chlorine, fluorine, carbon, and sulfur. According with the protocol, the Montreal Protocol, those refrigerants, each manufacturer was banned in the United States alone, with many other countries. In 1994, the concerns about the damage of the ozone layer, correct? R12 was replaced for R134A, and because has a lower ozone depletion potential. My friends, you are the future of the marine industry. In the future, you will be the designers, the engineers of the new boats. I hope you follow my recommendations in order to avoid air condition equipment inside of the boat, especially in sailboats, in closed compartments. What happens if you have a leak of refrigerant? You have that refrigerant in the environment, destroying the oxygen, and this is the oxygen that you breathe. That's not good, my friend. Be careful with that. We need to eliminate that catastrophic situation. This is the process to take the EPA certification. This is the 60A Type 1 certification. There are 3 certifications, Type 1, Type 2, Type 3. Right now I am going to explain 60A and 609. We are going to take the basic certification in the 60A Type 1 because we are going to work with the small air conditioning equipment, and this is the certification that you need to buy refrigerant, to recover refrigerant, to replace refrigerant, and to buy parts of air conditioning systems, marine air conditioning systems, and industrial air conditioning system. That certification is universal. You need that certification to work in this business. Okay, this is the process that we are going to spend to replace that certification. Enter in Google and you put EPA certification, and I love it, this one, mainstream engineering in order to get the EPA certification. That certification is talking all the time about the refrigerant, regulations about refrigerant. It's not about the air condition system. It's a little about the high pressure side, the low pressure side, the procedure to connect the gauge, but it's more focused in the refrigerants. The quality of the refrigerant, the type of refrigerant depending on the type of air conditioning equipment, how to recover the refrigerant, that's the certification, okay? And this is the study guide. It's free. You download the study guide in the web page. It's free, and you take the test, you take the exam, and immediately you have the option to register. You need enter and register. The registration is simple. Your first name, last name, your email, your password. Immediately you added all of your information. You are ready to register. You are ready to take the test, and if you pass the test, it's 80%, I think so. Immediately you pass the test, you have the certification. You printed the certification and you send to me the certification related with this exam.